Hello, Culture Matters podcast. Today we are back with another culture topic, building for the future, how to plan 1, 5, and even 20 years ahead. If you follow me on Instagram, Jay Doran _ the culture man, you see topics 1 to 3 minutes long on various business, culture, and so on. Today I want to elaborate on this culture topic, building for the future 1, 5, and 20 years ahead. And why it matters. It matters because of meaning. It matters because in the absence of a goal, how are we going to be responsible? How can we how can we actually respond when things don't go right if we don't know what we should be doing, what we desire, what we want to be doing, where we're going? So it's important for all of us to know, to at least have a concept of where we're going on an individual level. In a business context, in the absence of having a vision of where we're going and be able to not only articulate that to our people, but act that out as a leader, it's going to be very hard to grow and inspire continually over time. And even without awareness in the most successful companies, that's implicit. People that are running them are just absolutely on their way to somewhere, even if that's not clear for those around them. It's clear in their behaviors and how they're working, what they're doing. And maybe this conversation helps you become clear that you're not clear so that you can get clear on where you're going, why you're going there, how you can start formulating the process of getting there, whatever that there is for you. So firstly, building for the future, how to plan 1, 5, and 20 years out is important because of in the absence of the goal, it's it's hard to be responsible. What are we actually taking ownership of as far as our rituals, our behaviors, what we're not doing? And then how do we expect to develop a meaningful life without some type of pursuit? Now, if we're going to talk about actually like tactically building a 1, 5, and 3, let's say we have 12 months. I'll do it now. Let's make this practical. If we have a 1 year plan, we're looking 1 year out from that. Now, start with what quarter you're in. Maybe let's just say for easy sake, it's Q4. Yeah. Actually, I think Q1, if you don't know what Q means, quarter. So business is in quarters, January, February, March. That would be a quarter because 3 months out of 12, right? There's 4 quarters in a year. So Q1, January, February, March, Q2, April, May, June, Q3, July, August, September, Q4, October, November, and December. I, I I always like to think that Q1 of the following year started in Q3. I like to because of how long it takes to get outcomes. There's leading indicators and lagging indicators. Leading indicators are our behaviors and what we're actually doing. Lagging indicators are the results that can show us the effectiveness and efficiency of what it is that we're doing. So whether this is something that you agree to live by or not, I like looking at it that Q1 starts at Q3 because it motivates me to get a heck of a lot of momentum in Q4, October, November, December. If I'm starting in Q3 for Q1, I want to have the best freaking time in Q1 as I'm sacrificing and working with the team, working with our customers, our client partners, and reaping the benefits of what was done in Q2 and 3. Right? So what was done in Q3, I'm actually getting rewarded for it in Q4. I'm starting the year off with extreme momentum and excitement and energy and creating value for shareholders. So if we're looking a year out, we can write some questions down with me. Who are our current customers? Who are they? Make the list. Next question. From 1 to 10, how much love have we shown them? Just answer it intuitively. If the average is less than 7, that's something to look at, because we're looking at a year. Much of our not only growth, but meaning is going to come from relationships. Having that goal, right, where we're going, the sacrifices that come with attempting to achieve that goal. There's an excitement that comes from sacrifice on an individual level. There's also a respect of the relationships that we have onto us when they see us sacrificing. That the deeper we have with the deeper the relationships that we develop with the people that we work with, our customers being the case, our people, our employees being the case, it transcends the title. Like, they're not just customers, they're not just employees. This is the people that we work with, that we're growing our lives with. And meaning will come from that. It'll be a meaningful pursuit. It's more enjoyable to suffer together than suffer alone. So from 1 to 10, how much love have we shown them? And all things you could say, well, how do you define love? Let's say time, quality of time, and the how well have I listened? How honest have I been? How much value have I created in this relationship? What does our company look like? And so I'm doing this in a business context. This could be personal too. What does my life look like 1 year from now if this is what I would write down, if I give up? Write down everything that you'd like to give up intuitively. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, because this thing, I think our body knows what's in the way of the goal that we have, the goals that we have, the dreams that we have. It might not have been something that you said out loud and associated with where you're trying to go in your work, in your company, your employer, in your life. The things that you would benefit from giving up is going to create the space to work on what you want to add in. Like, there's a certain amount of podcasts I want to record, and there's different types to get to an outcome I'm looking for based on this vision of Culture Matters, to provide a value to you, the listener, as well as ferment the soil. Is that the right word? Ferment? I don't know. Whatever I'm doing with the soil, put water, feed the soil so that the seedlings grow into giant trees. They sprout into giant trees for our advisory firm, because I have to talk to new people, and I've got to meet new people, and I've got to further the personal relationships with those that I already know well, that are not yet working with us, and as well as those that already do, to continue to demonstrate the values of our company to our people, as well as our customers, to help grow the company so that more people can have better careers, bigger careers, possibility of careers of the organization, while simultaneously increasing your own awareness and ability to connect with people that you otherwise wouldn't meet through this podcast, learning from them through me, and them interacting with one. So go back to the goal, the 12-month goal. It's, where are you in the year currently? How many days are left? How many quarters? What quarter are you in? What quarter are you working towards? Get clear on that. We want to be clear on that so that we know what we have to give up and add in to increase our likelihood of success to that goal. That's going to be meaningful on an individual level, and it's going to create competency. I'm going to get better. I'm going to become a better person, a better in the content. I'm at least, let's say, better person. That's tough because not necessarily. That'll be also revealed in how I treat people along the way. I'm going to become more competent at a thing or things, uh, and more valuable to the marketplace for sure. But anyway, so 12 months, it's like, where am I now in the year? How many quarters are there? What quarters am I working towards? What can I give up? I think that's an important exercise because that our body knows what's not serving us on an individual level. What can I add in will have to do with what I want. Start with something that comes to your mind. Don't overthink it. I want to make X amount more. I want to have this. Work towards it. And if you have a life partner, include them in that and ask them what they want. Share what you're trying to get to. Get their feedback on. So, and then you add in what you've got to do. Give up, add in, because there's going to be a sacrifice. 5 years, I usually do this on an easel. Like, because it's 2024 going when I'm recording this into 2025, Q1. 5 years is 2030. Off the top of my head, 5 times 365 is 1825, I think. Yeah, it's 1825. So 1,825 days, right? Yeah, because 4 times 365 would be 1430, 1460, right? 365 times 2 is 730, 1460. And then, yeah, so 1,825 days is 5 years. That's it's a lot of days, but at the same time, it's not a lot of days. I also like to look at the hours, how many hours it is. And I don't go into minutes and seconds. It's maybe if I was smarter, but I like to look at the hours and just stare at that, draw that out. Like, I'm going to try to draw, if you're watching this on YouTube, if we start with a picture of 2025 and 2030 and put the days in the middle, I do lines. Like, this is in my days. I'm showing it on YouTube, Jay Doran on YouTube. Is that backwards? Anyway, if that's, yeah. So now it's really backwards. Anyway, so that's funny. Then I'll go on the next page and break each year down. What types of relationships do I want? What are the customer avatars? What could the organizational chart look like at that time? Where could our life be at that time? That all of these questions force conversation with the people around us and put us in an uncomfortable position to face. This is the thing. When we start thinking about the future, it puts us in an uncomfortable position to face our present and pushes us to our past to actually look in the dark and get clear on who we are. Kierkegaard said, life can only be understood backwards, it must be lived forwards. Life can only be understood backwards and must be lived forwards. I'd say if you want help in a 5-year plan, a 20-year plan, it's best to get somebody like myself to help. 12 month is much easier for people because it's where am I at? What quarter am I in? How many quarters are there? I should probably give you a couple more questions just to make this as practical as possible. Who are our current customers? How much love have we shown them? And that's going to come out in time, quality. What's the value? What customers could change our organization? How many people do we have now working for us? What are they doing? Why are they doing that? Where could they go in this? What does this have to be for them to, what does this have to become for them to have, for their life to fit within it, for it to become big enough for their career to manifest based on what they want? That'll force you to get to know your people a bit better and figure out what they want. They may not know what they want even at all, a little bit, and they're just feeding off of your energy and ambition and excitement. That's fine. Can't force people to want things they don't. That's not healthy. But I guess the premise for this, how to plan 1, 5, and 20 years ahead. The first thing is keep in mind that future you will benefit from current you thinking in the future. And when you think in the future, it forces you to look at your present, which will lead you to explore your past, which can actually help with anxiety by helping us become less um, rigid, more aware, more aware of what's driving us, or is it? You know, I wrote some thoughts down here. 1 year helps you understand your. Oh no, yeah, you start with 1 year, you get to 5, helps you understand your paths, helps you connect with others, hope, face conflicts of past anxieties. Meaning is a consequence of how we navigate the future as it becomes the present relative to the aims we have. There's where we are today, and there's where we want to go. It reminds me of rule 2 in Beyond Order. Imagine who you could be and aim single-mindedly at that. This is about the pursuit of competence and ultimately serving and working with other people. We're going to be doing it regardless. We're going to have to feed our families, shelter, to do the things we want to do with the people we love. We're going to have to work. And we all want different things. I don't want to impress upon you what I think you should want. But I do want to bring into awareness, if you have to work, why not do it in a way that is the most successful from a clarity standpoint, from efficiency standpoint, from a human standpoint? Maybe for you, it's to do more in less time to get more time outside of your labor, even if that's your business or if that's your employment. But the value in having a 12-month plan, a 5-year plan, a 20-year plan is less about it truly is less about the likelihood that those things happen and more of what happens to you when you explore it. Although I do believe that having a plan and getting clear on what one's giving up and adding in is going to increase the likelihood of a plan's success. But it's not just about the outcome and the results, it's who you become in the process. Follow me at Jay Doran _ the Culture Man on Instagram, and we will see you next time on the Culture Matters podcast. Please leave us a review, the Culture Matters podcast.